They say, he who has many doors has no door at all. But someone with just one door ends up having many doors, right? For example, you attach yourself to Hussein Hoka. Wherever you go, people will say, oh, this is Hussein Hoka's student, and you'll be respected. So you've attached yourself to Hussein Hoka. What was it? You've attached yourself to Semi and Ismail. You've attached yourself to a bunch of electricians. You get shocked and you end up at Electrician Ali's place. He says, oh, this is your teacher's student. He always treats you with great respect. Then you go to Semi. He says, this is Ismail's student. Do you understand? So you're just out there. You don't have an owner. Bayazid Bisami, may Allah bless him, changed his sheikh 150 times. Why? Because he surpassed the level of every sheikh he attached himself to. Now, if you surpass the knowledge of your sheikh, how are you going to benefit from someone below you? He attached himself to another sheikh. He surpassed him too, and the next one as well. By the 150th, he was left scattered. Look, there is no 151st. Why couldn't he surpass him? That's his secret. Otherwise, if you just attach yourself to anyone, spiritual grace only comes from one door. Look now. Everyone says something different about a topic. So what will you do? Let's say you have 5 sheikhs. He says, well, I love the friends of Allah. Sure, love them. You can love them as friends of Allah. For example, if there isn't a branch of your own community in the city you live in, if there's no dhikr gathering, you can attend the gathering of someone you see as a true sheikh, someone whose talks you enjoy and feel close to, and you can benefit from it. But otherwise, like recently, a brother came and said, I go wherever I hear about someone, just wandering around. So how is that going to work now? He says, I am devoted to Bediüzzaman Hazrat Leri. He says, if I weren't devoted to him, I would follow you. But Bediüzzaman Hazrat Leri passed away in 59, the year I was born. When he saw Mehmet Hoka coming, he said, let me go. It's been 60 years. You're devoted to a friend of God who passed away and met his Lord 60 years ago. Alhamdulillah, I would kiss the ground he walked on. We have no objection to that. But you don't understand the teacher speaking right in front of you. What could you possibly understand from a sultan who passed away 60 years ago? Isn't that so? If you have the spiritual capacity to visit his grave and benefit from his spirituality, then you don't even need a sheikh. Isn't that right, teacher? Your heart's eye has been opened. For example, those are great figures. Bediüzzaman was like that too. There were great saints in the East. He would visit their graves and speak with them. Shah Naqshband was the same way. For example, in the revered city of Konya, Muhammad Sayyid Hadimi would spiritually travel to the sacred tomb of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and converse with him there. But someone like us, who can't even understand what his teacher is saying right in front of him, right? He passed away years ago. Look, this isn't my own statement. I absolutely do not speak from myself because I don't know anything. So what should he do then? I am conveying the words of Allah, His Messenger, and the great figures of this path. Imam Rabbani, may Allah have mercy on him, says, if your sheikh has passed away, you should take the hand of a living sheikh. What is this like? You are traveling from here to Istanbul. Your car breaks down in Kırşehir. Let's say you're traveling by bus. What will you do? Another bus pulls up next to you, right? I was traveling with Inchi Tourism. Suha pulled up. I happened to be on the Inchi Tourism. I can't leave it. But the bus broke down. Maybe it can't be fixed. It's just like this. For example, once a brother from Izmir called me. He said, Hoja, it's been 12 years since my Sheikh passed away. At that time, our talks were being broadcast on television. I really enjoyed your talks. He asked, if I follow you, would I be betraying my Sheikh? Let me explain this with the words of our late Sheikh Effendi. May he rest in paradise. For example, the Blessed One says, look, Imam Rabbani, I'm saying Quran, but I mean Imam Rabbani. In the second volume of Maktubat, on page 332, and if I'm not mistaken, in letter 736, he says, the Shaykh is not the goal, but the means. What is the means? It is a vehicle that will bring us to our intended destination. You shouldn't get stuck on this. You got on the NC, you got on the Suha, you got on the Kent. Isn't your goal to go to Istanbul?